in the Rebel VFLW. Especially pay close attention to the Sydney ruck here, Ali Morford. All-Australian ruck selection is Ali. She goes at it straight away, winning the tap. Sydney looking to get the clearance straight away. Both these teams stacked full of AFLW talent. That handball comes over the top. Malloy got it going forward. Just inside 50 here for the Swans at the moment. Hamilton now turning, coming back into the corridor and taking that mark there is Morford. As we were saying on the top there, All-Australian selection goes with that kick. Didn't quite hit Malloy. Malloy got it, gathered, and went goal bound but missed, and it'll be a behind. So the Swans open their account with the solitary point.
Leslie Kemp with the kick in here for Box Hill. Undefeated so far this year in the Rebel VFLW. Was looking for Tamara Luke. She's kicked 10 goals this year, Luke. High kick back toward the middle of the ground, then drop by McCarthy for Sydney. Right in the centre circles here at the moment at Fenju Stadium. It's a tough one to extract. Montana Ham was tackled quickly. And Box Hill will go inside 50 here. It's a one-on-one. Backing back is Dylan for the Hawks. Gets it now. Got tackled quickly, though, by Sergeant Wilson. And the ball up in attack here for the Hawks.
Ruby Sergeant Wilson was the first selected player on the Sydney Swans list in their opening season. Also represented New South Wales in netball and touch footy as well. Malloy got it to Sergeant Wilson, but then it was out. There'll be a free kick here. No, it'll be a throw in. Sorry, apologies. Boundary umpire coming in off that boundary line. Ruck tab one. And down in favour of the Hawks. Ball heads towards that boundary line. Getting across there is Spammer, but the Swans end up with it. Looping hand pass over the top. Morford got it going on the boot. Going forward here. Great one-on-one contest. Good hand pass there from Davies. Now Grundon away. Puts that into the corridor. Bounces over the back. Great opportunity at an early goal here. Hand pass over the top. And finishing nicely. And the Swans have it.
Berylson kicks the goal. Montana Berylson, 6th goal of the season already here in the Smithy, in the Rebel VFLW. End-to-end stuff to start this one. Of course, the Swans and GWS entering the season a couple of weeks ago for a couple of appearances. 4th appearance for Sydney today in the Rebel VFLW. Chloe Malloy's already up to 3 touches, mind you, for Sydney. She and many others out here, an absolute star. We're going to have a good one this afternoon at Fenju Stadium. Both teams have had a look inside forward 50 so far. Pressure game was strong there by Ham as well. She might get it back here. Ball instead ended up as Kennedy goes toward the switch, and Mitchell moving it quickly towards half forward. Swans looking good early here. Bella Smith with the ball. Leading target, Smith holds onto it. Where does she go? Sends it just toward the hot spot. Ball bounced awkwardly, but it was then well picked up. Might have been touched off Hamilton's boot. Goes through for a behind anyway.
Sydney on top early, getting ascendancy at the coalface and getting territory as well. Restart from Kemp. Went short into the pocket. Kemp will get it back on the hand pass, then just firing a kick forward. Ball on the outer side here. Relieving hand pass, coming back into the corridor. Finding a good target. That's good discipline footy from the Swans. They're just on the edge of 50 here, sending that one in. Great intercept mark in the end by McLaughlin, and then goes out wide into the pocket. Dogs working their way out of defence patiently. Target hit on the outer side. Now back into the middle, looking to cut that one off. Through a series of hand passes. Morfitt got that one moving in her team's favour, and then they'll come out wide here. Mark taken by Steen, then going to the edge of 50. Off the ground attempt. Heads got the hand pass back. Morfitt then went back even further. They'll come out wide. That one's now picked off.
In the hands of Tess Cuttle. Short line down the line's good. Van Berkel. Towards lock territory. Kicked Hawthorn's first ever goal in AFLW. Has to lay a tackle here. It was a strong one by Sophie Locke. A ball up at true centre half forward. Swans by 8 so far here at Venue Stadium. Last game of round 6 in the Rebel VFLW. Hand pass ends up with Morfitt. Pushed off her kick. It's going to be placed perfectly though for Holly Cooper.
Cooper now looking to go inboard. Does. Hits that target nicely. That's Smith. Smith going back, just waiting patiently for an option to present. Booming left boot there by Smith. Oh, great mark over the back. That was fantastic play. Great left boot by Smith to go over the back, and a brilliant mark there by Giselle Davies, who will line up for goal. It's been a great start here from the Swans. Set Sal from home. It's true and it's straight. Brilliant goal. Giselle Davies hits the scoreboard, and the Swans have 2.
Been clean going forward, Sydney so far. Ali Morfitt, the 5 touches already. Lauren Zaghetti with 4. Chloe Malloy with 3. Ainsley Kemp has 3 for Box Hill. And looking forward to this one, the game of the rounds in the Rebel VFLW, the last game of the rounds as well. Umpires today, Sam Price, Jack Seymour and Shannon Van Boven. Ball to be thrown up. Outsized in the ruck, Pavic, but did well to contest it for Box Hill. Biscarin eventually emerging. The sidestep was nice as well. Biscarin going into attack for Box Hill, looking for their first goal of the game. Lock was taken to ground. Ball's going to end up with Pavic. Biscarin working hard. The hand pass out wide though, not many Hawks there. The Swans pressure game, as you would expect from a Sydney Swans lineup, is strong.
Certainly is. The most recent goal scorer, Davies, now thrown into the ruck, winning the tap down well. Bursting through there, getting the relieving hand pass now, Vale. Got that onto the boot. Great lead up. Great pass. Now taking off is Smith. Smith again with that booming left boot, goes goal bound. Then the bounce over the back here. That one's touched. It's socket through. That goal's going to be awarded. Brilliant play to continue to stay on that, and Montana Ham will kick that one. So the Swans' early ascendancy here. Correction. Looked to be Cynthia Hamilton. Apologies.
So even though the Hawks have had a couple of looks inside forward 50, all the scoring being done by Sydney so far. 20-point ball game. We'll have another stoppage called for here. Ball eventually ended up with McLaughlin, but the Swans win it back once more. Already starting to dominate this game of footy, Sydney. The handball from Barulson just in hope, but it ended up working out. And then a bounce taken by Grundon before she cuts back inside 50. It's going to be regained by the Hawks, and it was well done there by Dillon. And then found the target as well. Ball in the hands of Hipwell. Matten has the ball on the wing for Box Hill. Doesn't step back too far from the mark. Just loops one over the top. Waited for the options to present. Rosie Dillon provided that. Back to Matten. So Box Hill using it carefully. Then Matten will go longer inside 50. Was hoping to pick out Hipwell. Ball's tracking boundary side. Smothered ball. Will it stay in play here? It will. At least momentarily, Matten strong tackle. Umpire crosses his arms.
So ball up here tucked tightly against the boundary line. Morford won the tap, got it going to her team's advantage. Clearing kick now, Cooper with it. Cooper wheels around, gets it on the boot. Great contest out here. Williamson was in front, was impeded in the end. Free kick will come back to Michaela Williamson. Williamson elects to play on, goes into the corridor. Ball just over the back there. Great defensive pressure here from the Swans. They'll get it going out wide. Here's Morford now into the corridors. A dangerous kick. Didn't execute quite well. Butley now tried to get rid of it. And we have a ball up here as Mascaron applying the tackle.
Morford doing well in ruck so far. That time doing battle with Tamara Luke. Bouncing ball and then regaining her own handball there was Kennedy. Shepherd gets around the corner. Swans about to go into attack once more. Cynthia Hamilton saw something she liked in board. Ball might have been lost in the sun there. Box Hill will get it back. Butler going out toward the outer side. The ball's going to trickle away and eventually be regained. Hasida. Little kick out in the direction of Steen. Inboard we go. We're looking at Paige Shepherd. Still 2 kicks from home here, Sydney. Shepherd's kick into the hot spot. Couple of flyers, but in the end, the mark was really easily taken by Smith. And she's had a bit to do already, Bella Smith, so far. Disposal number 4 coming up. That was her 4th mark already in this game. This to give the Swans a 26-point buffer. The left foot kick is through. Swans on fire at Fenju Stadium.
Yeah, brilliant start from Sydney. Just really sharp ball use and great lead up and great mark there by Smith. Really strong presence up forward is Bella Smith. As you said there, Adam, already amounting 5 marks in this contest already. Rewarded with the goal. So Sydney Swans and GWS injected into this VFLW competition only for a handful of games.
And the results, particularly for Sydney, and even for GWS, but for Sydney, have been ultra impressive.
Certainly has. Morford winning the tap, that one. Just putting down the throat of a rover who was pushed in the back.
Swans have kicked 100 plus in their last 2 appearances against North and Casey.
Getty goes short. Tried to find Shepherd, but mark wasn't taken. Ball still alive for both teams here. Swooping in nicely was Beraldson. Unfortunately, holding the ball was paid. Box Hill come out wide here. That's a great mark by Locke. Locke's got option short here. Uses that option to Bradley. Bradley likes to go long with it. Pack flies. Sits nicely there for Thorne, who put it back in, but unfortunately we'll get a stoppage.
6 touches now for Ali Morfitt. 3 hit-outs. Strong tackle by Thorne. It's going to be forced forward by Spamer. If they can find the opening here, Box Hill, there might be a chance at goal. Spamer just off balance a little bit. The kick went lateral. Out toward the outer pocket. Defending is Steen here for Sydney. Umpire's going to have to call for the ball up in that pocket. 4 goals, 2 unanswered for Sydney to start this game, Todd.
Yeah, great start. Can Box Hill capitalise here? They've got the territory at the moment. Morfitt won that tap. Swans will swoop on it. They'll bring this one in. This is a dangerous kick. Numbers around the contest. That one will be wrapped up. Rosie Dillon couldn't quite get it going in her team's favour. We'll get another ball up. Morfitt again getting the high ascendancy and got it out to Steen, who looked to clear it away, but that one's turned over on the edge of 50 here. Looking good here for the Hawks. Here's Butley. Into the corridor. Red jerseys everywhere. And pass comes out. Dillon caught holding it. Managed to get boot on ball. High up and under ball here. Fisted from behind. Swans move it out wide. Coming back in now, Steen. Connecting well with McCarthy. McCarthy goes long with it. Great one-on-one battle out there. Hawks send it back to the edge of the area. Heads. Saw it out over the line.
Was happy to get it out. Knew they'd get the... Thought it should get the lasso call. It's come off hands. It will be a boundary throw-in. So the scoring just dried up a little bit. Swans went bang 4 times earlier in the quarter. Box Hill yet to score here. Swans, we do think that end of the ground has been the main scoring end for the wins here today at Box Hill City Oval, watching the men's game earlier. So Box Hill get that in the second quarter. Ball thrown up. Morfitt in battle in ruck against Pavic. Malloy. High ball into the middle of Fenju Stadium. That was a really awkward one to try to mark. Berylson's already got a goal in this game. Loose ball was then picked up by Hillier. Hand pass goes inboard. Sydney are going to emerge. Whelan's kick in toward the hot spot. It's unable to find some clean space. It's rushed toward goal now. Bouncing through for a point. 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
So Hambleton to bring it in here for the Hawks. Hambleton staring into the sun here, will elect to play on. Aimed for Luke out here. Didn't get the kind bounce, did Luke, but bursting through there was Ham, who got the hand pass away. Hawks with it now, they go into the corridor. Good tackle pressure. Sergeant Wilson dived in, but then was tackled. They got it out here. Mitchell sent it goal bound. Mark almost taken. Good defensive pressure here from Box Hill. They weather the storm. Falls now for Ham, but they couldn't quite get it. Bending that one around the body was Whelan. It looks like we've got a free kick here. I think it was Whelan was dumped after getting the kick away.
There's a couple of Swans down everywhere.
So kick to be taken here by Amy Whelan. Lifting to go short. Didn't hit its intended target. That one turned over. Tanya Kennedy now. Kennedy put it across goal. Heads was out there. Couldn't quite control it. Diving on the footy there was Bradley. And we'll get a ball up.
So just 10 seconds left in this first quarter. It's been all Sydney so far. Doubtful that they'll get another look at a late one. Although maybe the kick is smothered. Just saving the day there for Box Hill was Bradley, and that will end the first quarter. 4-3-27 to nothing here at Fenju Stadium. At Fenju Stadium, a very, very strong Sydney Swans lineup, just proving to be a handful for Box Hill in that first quarter. Todd Morris, here is the second quarter.
Certainly is. Wolfer winning the tap again, dominating the hit out so far, but Box Hill will get the clearance. They get it going forward. Can they register a score here in this quarter? Bursting through nicely was McCarthy, but the hand pass didn't go to the intended target. Still bobbling around at the moment. Box Hill looking to attack. They do. They're just on the edge of 50 here. This one's out into space. Collecting that one nicely. Turning and going. His lock has a go at goals, but however, it's out of bounds on the full. It'll be Swans' ball.
Eventually, once the ball is found in among the crowd there. And waiting for that ball is Allaheads. Gets it now. So goals to Hamilton, Smith, Davies and Barildson in the first quarter for Sydney. It's out in the direction of Morfitt here. Had a fair bit of it, takes the mark. Been close to best on so far. Ellie Morfitt, first appearance here in the VFL. Towards the wing we go, just slipping through the hands there of Bradley. That opens up the door for the Swans, taken in a strong tackle, Sarah Grunden. Both her and Montana Ham out of the same junior club in the Essendon District League, Todd, here in Victoria. The Keilor Football Club, here is Montana Ham speaking of. She also played her junior footy with Hillside in that same league as well. High ball towards half forward, going back, but not taking the mark was Kemp. Chance here for the Swans out the back. Hamilton kicking out into space, and that was a perfect bounce for Barildson, who then did not finish. It was set up perfectly for it. Couldn't get it done, though.
Yeah, unfortunate shot at goal there from Barildson. Been brilliant early in that forward line, applying great forward line pressure and finishing prowess. However, Ainsley Kemp to bring it in here for Box Hill. Kemp elects to play on to get a little bit of extra distance. They look for territory here. And one comes over the top. All Swans down at the foot of the pack. There's Ham. Put it nicely into the corridor. That was a great pass to find the target there in Cynthia Hamilton.
Lovely on the left there.
It was. So Hamilton looking to go all the way here with this one. Shaping up to have a shot on goal. Just slightly came to the left in her approach. Distance not a problem, just the line. It'll be a behind.
And still all the scoring belongs to Sydney. Box Hill came into today undefeated. Right now, that's not looking like it's going to last much longer, that unblemished record. There's a barrel. Look at that. Goes a fair way as well, but it just slipped through the hands of Heads. Box Hill ball coming out toward Luke. Tackled out of the ball, though, was Hipwell. Non-controlling umpire saw a free kick. High contact is going to go Chloe Malloy's way.
Chloe Malloy with it now. Former Pie, AFLW rising star as well. Two-time All-Australian. Absolute quality and class player. Went back with it. Found the target there in Mitchell. He goes into the middle. Swans patient build up here. Steen taking away with that one. Going into the corridor. Great mark. So good build up in play. Relieving hand pass to come inboard. That hand pass was in traffic. It was a real tough task for Kennedy to get it away. Kennedy with the ball again. Wrapped up, unable to get rid of it. And we'll get another stoppage.
Malloy, Kennedy and Morfitt, all 8 touches now for Sydney. Highest hawk is Kemp with 5. The ball turns over here. Strong tackle laid by Danica Spamer. It's going to be a ball up. Have to be careful with these tackles. We saw what happened with Jack Higgins and Alira Leah earlier this week in the AFL, Todd. with the takedown tackle. And player safety at the forefront of everyone's minds in this day and age as the Swans go into attack. Beraldsen, can she make up for the previous error? The kick will just go around a corner here. Tries to set up Grunden. Hipwell's been pretty strong defensively for Box Hill so far. Umpire will cross his arms. We've got a ball up. 29-point ball game.
So deep in territory here. Davies with a double-handed tap. Great tackle applied. Coming in there was Hamilton, but Hamilton was tackled and we'll get another stoppage. So Davies taking the ruck, wrestling that one out there. Thorne got it cleared for her team, but this will come straight back. Here's Vale. Didn't quite manage to get the footy in one grab. Hawks away here. Good clearance coming across there. Sergeant Wilson provided the contest. I'll come back to the middle. Heads. Looking to switch. Great kick. Finding Ham. Ham takes off. Looping Ham pass to Morfitt. Back to Ham. Ham gets around one. Ham pass was deflected. Ham will still be on the footy here. Collecting it nicely. Couldn't get the footy away. Great tackle applied. And we'll get a ball up.
The class on display there, Montana Ham. Number 1 pick. Ball up here. Her junior club, Todd, her original junior club in Hillside, the only club in Australia that's had a number 1 draft pick in both men's and women's football, Cam Rayner being the other one. So high ball toward the top of the square here. Chance here for the Swans. Grunden looking to pick it up. Got tackled out of it. Staying in play. Grunden again picking up and trickled it toward goal. Hit the post in the end. That wasn't far off from being a sort of makeshift goal, just fashioned out of nothing.
Eleanor Butler to bring it in. Great stat from you before. All the Hillside faithful tuning in.
They're the only one. Men's and women's number 1 draft pick.
Unbelievable stuff. And there she is on cue, Ham. Taking a brilliant mark. Going into the corridor, finding Malloy. That was a pinpoint pass. And Chloe Malloy will have a shot at goal here.
They're the Sharks out there. The Hillside Sharks.
Shark Park, the famous Shark Park out there.
Yeah, senior men going well this year.
Chloe Malloy, 37 goals from 47 appearances in the AFLW. Beautiful kick. Just going to be short, though. And marked. And Box Hill will look to bring it in.
It was well marked by Pavic. It's been rucking against Morfitt for a lot of his games so far. Used her height there to regain the footy for Box Hill. Thorne's kick toward the wing. Went over the top of the initial target. Ground level ball, tackled out of the kick, but still got boots of ball. Van Berkel. It's trickling around half forward here for Box Hill at the moment, but regains again by the Swans as Zaghetti sends a hand pass out wide. They're looking to use it nicely, but the ball turns over. On the outer side of the ground, Williamson coming off her line. Kick just drew Luke to the ball nicely. Tamara Luke, mainstay in this lineup for a while now. Kick goes inside 50. Ball was actually trapped there on ground level by Dylan. Hand pass then came out. High snap at goal. I think Locke has made something out of nothing there. Sophie Locke finally gets a goal for Box Hill.
It's great work there by Luke just to get that hand pass going for it. But great goal there by Locke to finish that one. Box Hill now on the scoreboard. They've got to build from this.
Every goal has been at that White Horse Road end of the ground side.
Yeah, correct. There's a real scoring end today in both games. The breeze has died down. Just looking at that flag there, just blowing slightly, but tends to be sitting pretty adjacent to the flagpole.
On both sides of the square as well, all the wingers are just forward of the centre. toward the right, although two on the outer side are just centering themselves up now.
Davies in the ruck now for the Swans. Box Hill looking to get the clearance here. They do. Coming off our opponent there, almost taking the mark. Cattle again got it. Got a wayward hand pass. Big tackle from behind by Luke. Gave away the free kick for pushing the back. Saghetti in the middle. Good mark. Wheeling. Wheels and goes. Looking for Cooper. Cooper unable to get rid of it, and we'll have a ball up.
Just tick past the halfway mark of this second quarter. Box Hill finally have a goal on the board. Hand pass out in the direction of Zaghetti, but didn't get a kind bounce. Zaghetti's had a fair bit of the ball already today. 7 disposals for her. Grinds them with the tackle here. There's going to be a ball up. True centre half forward for Sydney. Haven't kicked a goal yet in this second quarter. A lateral kick and a bit of space out here for Thorne. Bounces into her hands now. Wants to send it back out toward the Middleborough Road side of the ground. It's going to take a bounce. We've got a foot race on the outer wing here. Ball's going to be retrieved by Steen. Chipping it over the top. Whelan's going to run onto this ball. Whelan has to get away from her opponent. Did well to get the handball out. Swans are going to go forward once more. Ball was in the air while the whistle went. Non-controlling umpire, fair way from the play, saw something. And it will be a free kick for Box Hill. And spinning the ball in her hands is Caitlin Thorne.
So Thorne, going to bring a broadcast side. Gets plenty of it. Almost taking the mark was Cattle. Cattle has to deal with it along the ground. Got the hand pass out. But Hillier applied the tackle. And also Eliza Vale was in that tackle as well. Ruck contest. Davies won that one. Got it going in favour. Saghetti got it going forward for her team. Hamilton now. Tried to fend off one. Hamilton did in the end. Hamilton goes into the corridor, puts it to advantage. Here's Cooper. Cooper went back with the hand pass. And there's a whistle off ball here. It's going to be a free kick to the Swans. And it's going to come back to Cynthia Hamilton. So after Hamilton got rid of the footy, she was impeded, and now we'll have a shot at goal. About 30 out. Hamilton already has one today, 1 goal, 2.
That's after coming into today's 7 goals straight for the year.
There it is. Hamilton 2 makes plenty of noise. Great celebration as well. I'm not even sure if you picked that up on the effects mic. One of the Box Hill players just said, "Oh my God, what's that?" as she went to kick it. I like that one. Great work there by Hamilton.
What does that even mean? What is it, some sort of sledge or put off? What?
Yeah, I think, just oh my God, what's that? Change the
it's a goal. That's
change the thought pattern. And I think that's what drove the celebration for Hamilton when it went through.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
It's on the Swans' terms here. Yeah, VFL men going down earlier today to Box Hill. But the women are well on top. In the Rebel VFLW to close out round 6 in the Rebel VFLW. Luke getting out the handball as Williamson sends it out toward this near side of the ground. McCarthy regains it for Sydney. McCarthy's kick just going over the top of Morfitt's head. Luke again. Look away handball was pretty effective there for Kemp. We go in board Basker, and she's also an Essendon District product, Todd, down at the Aberfeldy Football Club. Went switching toward the outer side. She played junior interleague footy with Montana Ham. Ball up on the outer side.
Brilliant competition is that EDFL product.
We'll stop talking about it at some point.
First time this season having a reserves competition in the women's as well. We'll get your thoughts on that, Adam. You set it up. You're the man of the moment. tackle there. Couldn't quite get that one away. Ham bursting through. So strong. I did the target there. Mark just wasn't taken. Ball back into the corridor. Setting under that one is Whelan. Got it away quickly. Turning defence into attack so quick, and Hamilton plays on quickly with that one. Sets sail. And it's home. Great goal there by Bella Smith.
What a mark that was by Cynthia Hamilton as well there, Todd. Sorry to cut you off there.
Very strong, Hamilton. But then unselfishly got it to Smith, and Smith finishing. And now Bella Smith has 2 to her name to join Hamilton with 2 as well.
Bit of a class gap out here today. I'm just looking at Chloe Malloy coming off for Sydney. 2-time All-Australian, as you said, Todd. Some high quality out on the park. That's a bit too much for Box Hill to handle at the moment. Margin 36 points. 4.5 left in the first half. Umpires just checking for 5-6-5. We've got that, and we're back underway. How's that tap down by Morfitt? They're streaming out of the middle. Shepherd going inside 50. Ball just fell away from Davies. Whistle goes, high contact. Free kick, Box Hill. And reclaiming the footy for the Hawks, Tegan Bradley. No leading targets, but a loose option in the pocket. That's sent toward the outer side to Kemp. Nice ball over the top. Morfitt's had it on a string. She's about to become the leading ball getter on the ground yet again with 11. Inboard for Mitchell. Swans will play some tempo here, Todd. Switching ball now for Hillier.
Hillier has options of field. Finds McCarthy. Like you said, Adam, playing tempo. That one was dangerous to find Whelan. Whelan, short hand pass, Hillier. Then Hillier looked to switch. Mark taken. Sergeant Wilson also had a great game, elects to play on. Thought about the hand pass, then got the kick. That's turned over. Great work there on the outer side. Now Hawks have their opportunity. Matten, great pass by Matten, looking for Cattle. Swans mop up again. Hillier finds a target. They're so good by foot, the Swans. That on display again. Sketty now. Short with a hand pass. Go through the corridor. Oh, strong mark. Ham takes off. Bounce. Hand pass over the top. There's runners everywhere. Set sail for goal, but it's going to be wide and it'll be a behind. That behind for Sergeant Wilson.
2 minutes left in this second quarter. 2-1 Sydney's way, so a much better showing here by Box Hill. After conceding 4 unanswered in the first quarter. Chest mark taken here by Vale. Kick and a half from home here, Sydney. Vale pointing to where she's going to go. And directly into the hot spot. Couldn't hold the mark there. Luke. Box Hill trying to repel back out. Matten's going to run into trouble. That was a big crunching tackle by Amy Whelan. Just a touch over 1 minute left in this first half. Umpires waiting for the Rucks to get themselves in position. Morfitt grabbing it herself and sending it back toward goal. Disposal number 12 now, leading ball getter on the ground as we said. Ball took a couple of bounces before it went out of play. It's inside 50, so it's a throw-in. Is there an injury concern here potentially? Blood nose maybe, Todd, just in front of us for a Sydney player.
Davies,
blood nose.
Davies to take the ruck here. came out. Here's Shepherd into the corridor.
It's a bad one too for Amy Whelan.
From that bone-crunching tackle on Matten earlier, I'm sure. Heads tried to mark that one. It came to the front of the packet. Free kick for High. Box Hill away here. Here's Cattle. All alone inside 50. Was tackled. Mopped up really well, Vale. Tried to clear it, but that kick was partially smothered. Vale still over it. Got slung. Has the footy. Managed to get it out somehow. Another crunching tackle on the boundary line, and that's the siren for half-time. Box Hill managed to score their first goal in that quarter. There's 6. It's the Swans 43, 6-7, 40 to Malloy, but we'll have to restart play. Here as Malloy was unable to get rid of that one. Morford again winning the tap. Sydney will burst through. They get it going forward straight away. Oh, that was a very strong mark. Great contest. Going back is Bella Smith. Bella Smith already has 2 today. It looks good on the boot. Goal umpire didn't have to do a lot. And Smith now has 3. Sydney have 7.
So they've scored 100 in each of their last 2 appearances, 84 in their first appearance here in Smithies VFL Sydney. They're on track for that today. They've been dominant since being welcomed into the Rebel VFLW. Them and the Giants. It's only a temporary stay, but boy, have they had an impact. And made their presence felt here in the Rebel VFLW. Box Hill on track right now for their first loss of the season. Trying to win the ball is Stone, but got taken to ground. Laura Stone, ball up. So Zagetti, Morfitt, 12 touches each in this game, 11 for Kennedy. Closest Hawks are Thorne and McLaughlin with 8 each. We've got repeat stoppage here, so a couple of AFL listed Hawks out here today, but the Swans just dominant, aren't they, with all the talent they've got on display out here. Ball in the hands right now of Montana Ham. She was at her usual best in the first half, albeit not necessarily accumulating a lot of the ball, but her impacts on the game have been incredible. Kennedy will send it in towards scoring territory. That mark was taken by Smith. It's tracking toward the boundary line. Kennedy gets it back and sends it toward the square. Smith got caught behind in front position. Well taken mark there by Tegan Bradley.
Bradley elects to go on the outer side. Tough task, that one. Almost turned over. 1-on-1 contest out there, but unable to get rid of the ball was Williamson, and will get a ball up on the outer side. The lights have been turned on here at Fenju Stadium. Ham. Bella again. Another great mark by Bella Smith. Bella Smith this time thought about getting off with the handball, then got it on the left boot. That one's going to be turned over. Great tackle here. Over the head hand pass. Now off the boot. Box Hill looking to clear. It's almost going to come back though. Diverge on this one. Wrapping up in a tackle lock. Didn't let that ball go anywhere. And we'll get a ball up.
Well, Smith just having a conversation with one of the medicos, a bit slow to get up, but she's okay. We'll continue to take her place out here on the ground. Tamara Luke with a strong mark in front. Getting a bit of a hard time. She gets back up on her feet from her direct opponent. Tamara Luke. Chipping ball, Biscarin. Still 2 kicks from home here, Box Hill. Biscarin's kick will be intercepted yet again by Ali Morford. She has come in today and just completely dominated this game of footy. 12 disposals now. Ham. Kick's going to travel a fair way. Swans have the breeze in the third quarter. Bouncing ball picked up by Davies, then chipped in board. Well, now we're looking at Beraldson.
So Beraldson here, looking into the sun. Just gets that kick into the corridor, just cut off nicely. Great intercept mark by Butley. Put into the middle of Fenju Stadium. Tapping that one away was Luke. Swans will get it in advantage here. They go into the middle of the ground. McCarthy's kick had a little bit too much on it. Hard tackle there from Vale, but Box Hill away here. Just on the edge of 50. Dylan went into the corridor. Great pass to find Luke, who got it off on hands to Matten, but Matten will turn it over. Swans look to switch play. There's Ham. Ham just trotting her way through. Then got the hand pass over the top. Davies has to chase this one. Embleton will get there first. Davies applying the tackle. Creating the stoppage inside 50, and we'll get a ball up.
Monham's up to 14 now. It's a Getty leading ball getter with 15 for Sydney. 43-point ball game. Ball thrown up. And Malloy just out of nowhere grabbed it and sharked it and goaled it. Some class from Chloe Malloy. Extending the lead out to 49.
Class is right, Adam. That was a beautiful finish. Chloe Malloy's put together a fantastic afternoon. 11 possessions and now adding a goal. 3 tackles as well to go with her hard work. But has been brilliant in that coalface. Great inside player. Everybody in formation now. The umpires are happy with what they see.
Not sure what the delay's about.
Morford again winning the tap. Ham grabbed it. Ham had one hand wrapped up in a tackle, just couldn't get it clear. Whistle here. It's going to come back. It's going to be free kick Swans. Kennedy to take the kick. Kennedy has to play on here. Went short with a hand pass. Hillier got it on the boot. Good contest here. Coming through cleanly, taking that one, lining up at goals, but it's just smothered. Brilliant defensive work there from Williamson. Stopped a certain goal.
Embleton with the kick in. Set a task there for Kemp. Hawks have to be careful here not to concede. Smith's in the region here for Sydney. The ball up will be called for eventually in the pocket. It's a clean 50-point margin now for Sydney. Is there an injured Hawk that might just see play halted for a moment? There's a player that's really struggling to get back on her feet. I wonder if that is Kemp, who got herself tangled up in all of that. What's actually happening here? Ball in the hands of an umpire at the moment. We are struggling to tell exactly what is happening here right now. Ali Morford's come off the ground as well in front of us, tied in a bit of pain as well. Lower back problem for her by the looks of it. Trying to walk that one off at the moment in front of us. And now we turn our attention back to Ainsley Kemp. She's going to come off and coming off of her own volition, so good outcome there for her. Might just be cradling the right elbow a little bit, but she is coming off. Hopefully she'll be okay. Morfitt being worked on in front of us as we speak as well. So play is going to resume shortly. Tegan Bradley comes on for Kemp. Unfortunately, Todd, today we've had one too many injury stoppages here at Fenju Stadium this afternoon.
Yeah, we have. It's been quite unfortunate. Spinning back into that one was Biscarin, but lost the footy. Swans looking to attack here. Kennedy going to go into her team's favour. Heads, goes goal bound. Smith couldn't quite take the grab and make its way out over the line. There'll be a boundary throw in inside Swans territory. Throw in now. Ham stole it away, got the hand pass out. Attempted a clearance, only went as far as Kennedy. That'll be locked in, and we'll get a ball up here just on the edge of 50. 10 minutes and 40 seconds played here in this term. There was a brief stoppage for injury. That may get added on to the clock. Looking to clear that away was Locke. Swans come back on the attack. Plucking that mark there. Berylson was brilliant. And Berylson will go back and have a shot. Berylson kicked one earlier. So extra players heading to the goal square. A couple of leads on here. Berylson ignores those. Berylson has it. Goes all the way. And that's 2 for Berylson. And 9 for the Swans.
And they're going to run away with this one, Sydney. Looking ahead to what's happening in round 7 in the Rebel VFLW. Sydney will host Collingwood at Tramway on Saturday. 6-day break for the Swans. Box Hill, double header against the Bulldogs next week in the VFL. So they'll be away to the Western Bulldogs 2:30 game at the Mission Whitten Oval on Sunday. And that's attached to a Smithies VFL men's game between Footscray and Box Hill. So that is a top-of-the-table clash coming up in that one. So we're very much looking forward to all of that next week in the VFL for both M and W. Back in the middle here. Ball's going to be turned over. Working away through by hand. Dillon. Lock. Kicked Box Hill's one and only goal in this game so far today. She's the one that sends them inside 50 for a ball up. About 40 out from home. So Box Hill will be looking to bounce back against the Western Bulldogs. They'll go in as favourites for that one. Spain has kicked it and go too far. It's going to be easily picked off. It was Hillier, and then the switching pass. Hillier here. It's getting pretty dark here. Todd, not sure what luck's reading these lights have, but we're getting pretty late in the afternoon. The shadows are growing long at Box Hill City Oval, Fenju Stadium. Running through heads, runs into trouble. Good tackling pressure there by McLinden. Box Hill do get the turnover. Locke's kick was a bit rushed back toward the middle of the ground. It's back in Sydney hands. Halseda.
Going out wide with the kick. Chasing that one is Sergeant Wilson. Tapped it to her advantage. Sergeant Wilson picks it up. Gets the hand pass away. Coming back into traffic is Ham. Picks out Malloy.
Prime movers combining.
Malloy, just the short one over the top. Vale. This is an interesting kick here. Tough decision to make for Vale. Vale puts it out with delicate touch, but it doesn't quite go there. Bursting through was Morfitt. Morford tapped that one out over the line. Smart play in the end to force it back to their advantage. Now, Morford had that back complaint earlier. It took a little while to get up there, but looks to fight on here.
Good to see her back out there. She's had quite the impact today.
Throw in comes. Morford jockeying for position. Got the tap forward. Ham trying to break through, but was slung in the tackle. Was then taken to the ground. Another great tackle. Swooping in is Shepherd. Back with the hand pass. Now to the top of the square. Box Hill looking to clear. Only goes as far. But it'll be wrapped up and we'll get a ball up inside 50.
5 minutes left in the third quarter here. Sydney in control of Box Hill at Fenju Stadium. Ball thrown up. Malloy crushing it. She's already kicked one in this quarter, and you can now make that two. It's the Chloe Malloy show at Fenju Stadium. McCream rising to the top.
Just all class. Chloe Malloy, and especially at the stoppage, just such a great inside player. Especially around goals. You hear the term often, knows where the goals are, and that's just an example of that. To be able to get it in the pack and then finish.
Calder Cannon's product. 62 points this margin. They're going for 3 games in a row, Todd, where they're kicking into the hundreds.
Just sheer dominance. Morford this time taps it, comes down. Sketty with a clearing kick. Bobbles around and beats everybody. And pass out wide, shot on goal. Oh yeah, that's home. Brilliant goal there from Grundon. And again, just that work at the clearance. They're able to get it going forward.
And their reward for kicking the goal, being told to sprint off the ground for a breather. As is so often the case.
Those clearance numbers we talk about, the Swans leading 27-16. Hit-outs are relatively even though, 26-21, but once that ball gets to the deck, Swans are all over it. Inside 50s as well, 31-12.
In the shadows of three-quarter time here in the shadows of Fenju Stadium. The sun's setting behind us. It's actually quite a nice setting, Todd, here in the middle of autumn. Just finding a park today. And the leaves are falling all over the place. It's quite a spectacular time of year for that. Inside 50 here for Box Hill. Here in the leafy eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Ball up.
Quite poetic from you, Adam.
It's a 68-point lead right now for Sydney. They're in control. They've actually really dominated Box Hill throughout the day today. High ball toward the square. Swans have numbers last line of defence. Steen. A little kick over the top, looking just to set something up, and it all worked out until that kick there. Turnover. Van Berkel has it back for Box Hill.
So Van Berkel looking to go inside 50. Puts it into the hot spot, but it's all Swans. Brilliant mark there by Ella Heads. Heads elects to go wide with the hand pass, then they'll come back inboard. Great tackle there. It's going to be rewarded. And Box Hill are going to get a shot at goal. Bridie Hipwell. Good forward line pressure. You hear that talked about so often.
Shoulder issue here for Paris McCarthy, just coming off for Sydney.
Hipwell sends it on its way. That was a great kick. It was accurate. And Box Hill now have their second. Beautiful bit of forward line pressure resulting into the goal there. Great tackle. Got the call and then sent it home.
She joins Sophie Locker's goal kickers for Box Hill here today, inside the final minute of the third quarter. And the Swans have been brilliant for the most part. Box Hill actually tried hard to stay with them in the first half of that first quarter. It felt like the ball was going end to end. It was only Sydney able to put something on the scoreboard as Morfitt will send them forward one last time in this third quarter, but the relieving mark will be taken on this occasion by Ainsley Kemp. Good to see her back out there. Switching toward McLaughlin. Siren time pending. Hipwell takes a nice mark. That'll be it. Swans by 62 points. Fenji, probably. Well, let's just say definitely. Don't think we're going to see a 10-goal quarter from Box Hill here.
Well, if we are, it may start in this fashion as they get their first inside 50. Swans defence having to work it out here. Doing well was Hipwell. Got it to Matten, and Matten. Shot fired, but it was to the right and a behind.
Ella heads to bring this ball in. That's Box Hill's first behinds of the day. Heads. Out of side. Dominant display by the Swans. Tanya Kennedy, 17 disposals, now 16 each for Zaghetti and Ham. Ali Morfitt's been close to best on with 15 and 21 hitouts. As the Hawks again look to penetrate 50, but the Swans had numbers. A smothered kick there. Good effort defensively by McLaughlin to keep it inside 50 for Box Hill. And eventually we see a stoppage.
Won't let this one get out of hand here. Anything undisciplined. Morfitt coming across. Swans will come through now, through defence. Malloy getting to that first. Looking to control that Malloy, just paddling it forward, staying on the footy. Did really well to get the hand pass out there to Hillier. Now they'll come in to Kennedy, who got it going pack bound. Malloy still on it. Umpire will come in and we'll get a ball up. Great work in the ruck. There by Box Hill, by Luke, but he'll be tied up again and we'll get another stoppage. McLaughlin over that one. Didn't quite get a clean possession. And we'll get another ball up.
Been strong in all areas today, Sydney, but especially with their pressure game. Ball thrown up one more time. Biscarin. And pass out into space. Eventually reclaimed by Stone, but she was pressured pretty quickly there by Zaghetti. She's been excellent today. Box Hill ball here to be claimed by Spamer. Turns it right over to Malloy. Didn't take the mark, but it didn't matter. And she was surrounded by Hawks and still had the poise to find a teammate there. Morfitt then gets it to Hillier in toward the middle of Fenju Stadium. That's where it comes unstuck. The ball reclaimed quickly there. Butler going down the line. Now we're looking at Spamer going inside 50 for Box Hill. Falling over there was Tamara Luke. Still a chance here out of the congestion. The kick's going to land near the square. Well picked up, and the turn as well. Pavic might have a goal here. She celebrates. And Box Hill get another one.
Beautiful goal that too. Great celebration. Great to see Box Hill still fighting hard, regardless of that scoreboard pressure by the Swans. Sergeant Wilson has been ejected into that back line. Coming off the bench.
It's like we have a twilight game now here, Todd.
Yeah, it has that twilight feel about it now. That got off to a slight delayed start as there was a hold up in the VFL clash beforehand. Temperature dropping, it did peak at 20 degrees today. Now, just slightly less. Here's Morfitt with the free kick in that ruck contest. Morfitt going short. Ham thought about the hand pass, then played on. Booming kick by Ham, finds the target. Quality use of the footy. Beraldson now. Beraldson pops that one up. It's high up and under. Coming through and taking a great mark was Tamara Luke. So Luke in defence. Looks to clear it away. And that's over the line. And it'll be a throw-in.
5 gone in this final term. Swans have come into the Rebel VFLW and taken all before them so far. They'll continue that form here today against Box Hill. Collingwood up next for the Swans. Tramway 6 days from now. Kennedy's hand pass over the top doesn't quite hit the target. High pressure footy results in a stoppage. Box Hill will play the Western Bulldogs next week. Ball up. High tackle there. Free kick is going to go Rosie Dillon's way. Middleborough Road side of the ground. Dillon. Kick going down the line in the direction of Hipwell. No mark taken. Umpire will call for another stoppage. Umpires Price, Seymour and Van Boven out here today, Todd.
Carthy working into the ruck. Tackle pressure applied by Steen. Get another ball up here. Another great tackle again. Swans tackle pressure has been huge in this game. That was Beraldson. McCarthy this time snatching it out of the ruck. Got it to Ham. Ham pass going forward. Now the kick just outside of 50 here. Handball coming in. Beraldson picking it up. Hawks under siege here. They will get to clear it, but there's Montana Ham. Wasting no time. Unselfishly got the pass into the corridor. Skiddy got the pass out wide. Now a mark just in front of goals. And that's Bella Smith. So Smith on a really tight angle here. Just threads that through, easy as you like. That was impressive finish. And Smith has another. That's number 4 now for Bella Smith.
One in each quarter. Complete domination by the Swans here today. Approaching the halfway mark of this final term. Margin is 61 points and actually broke a bit of a momentum swing that went Box Hill's way earlier in this last quarter, Todd.
Yeah, they certainly did. Box Hill fought hard to get a couple, but Sydney continued to steamroll.
Back in the middle and falling over was Luke as the Swans work it forward. That's a good diving mark there taken by Gardner. 2 kicks from home here, Sydney. Gardner. Just trying to draw teammates to the ball. The contest was impacted well there by Kennedy. Little kick in board by Steen. Won't work out though. Back in Box Hill hands and sent out wide by Butler toward the outer side and turns it right back over to Getty. 2 kicks from home here, Sydney. A hurry up call from the umpire. As she comes off her line, the kicks couldn't quite clunk it there, Luke. It's repelled back out, but it's going to come back in again. Getting once more, switching over to Hillier.
Hillier now, in the middle of Fenju Stadium, picks out a target. Sergeant Wilson goes back into traffic. Davies sends it long. Luke come across. Been impressive, Luke's game. Had a lot to contend with. Vale set sail, but wasn't there. Smith still trying to keep the ball alive, does. Smith tries to get past the would-be tackler, got it out in the end. Box Hill on the last line of defence, run out of room, and they'll have to rush that one. So the margin moves to 62. McLinden to bring it in for Box Hill. Guess who? Chloe Malloy plays on. Sends it to the top of the square. Still looking to get the clearance here. They've got numbers in favour. Lock turned and went. Just had to put it out to space. Swans will regather here. Box Hill get it going forward, but it's going to go all the way back. And they'll come out wide to Davies, and Davies across half back.
Kicked a goal in the first quarter today. Steen into the middle of Fenju Stadium. Nice ball, mark taken by Shepherd. Gave off the quick handball. Now it's going to be Hillier to send Sydney into attack. And had a couple of bites of the cherry, but a mark eventually taken by Bella Smith. And she'll play on. There's a runner in the pocket. Chipping ball for Steen. Steen doesn't want to shoot unselfishly, but committing the error in the end, going toward the square. And it's back in Box Hill hands. McLinden has the ball for the Hawks. We're beyond the halfway mark of this final term. McLaughlin the target. And the ball got killed off pretty quickly there by Alice Mitchell.
Really good sign of team culture, especially in a margin of deficit like this of 62 points. Not just worrying about scoring goals, looking to set up each other. Probably one kick too many on that last play, but Davies worked hard in the ruck to try and get that to her team's advantage, but Box Hill was wrapped up there with McLaughlin. So ball up here. Luke got the tap down for her team. Crashing through was Getty. Now Ham has it in a battle with McLaughlin. And we'll get another stoppage. A little sore getting up there is Ham. Luke won the tap. Box Hill burst through here. Play out on the wing. Oh, that was brilliant by Heads, but was ran down in the tackle. Free kick will come back here to Heads. Heads sends it into the corridor. Maywood kick there in the pack. Box Hill looking to clear. Great work in defence by Mitchell. Converge on it here. Box Hill looking to get it away. They do. Pascarin got it going forward. Sydney looking to pick out a target here. They look for Malloy. Box Hill patient. Pascarin got that hand pass back, and now they find a target out here on the wing.
It's in the hands of Thorne. Couple of options in brown and gold towards the corridor, but the mark ends up with Vale. Took it nicely. Vale. Switching ball out wide. Hasida. Towards the wing. And Swans are using it methodically right now. Shepherd looking to set up Morfitt. Ali Morfitt being excellent today. Swans have a bit of work to do, Todd, if they're going to get to the 100. They're 3 and a bit goals away right now. Kick goes inside 50. Embleton couldn't take it for Box Hill. They're a goal away from getting past their lowest score of the 3 they've kicked so far here in the Rebel VFLW. They're on 81 right now. Need a goal to go beyond what that previous low score was for them, remarkably.
Unbelievable to think. Played so brilliantly today. Box Hill's really put up a fight, however. McLinden to bring it in.
Might do it in points. They're up to 82 now.
So just about to tick into 15 minutes played. McLinden went short. Found Bradley. Bradley goes long. Big fly over the back from Mitchell. Hillier was wrapped up. Free kick here. Going in the way of Luke. Luke goes short. Pascarin on the left. Finding McLaughlin. Good pass. McLaughlin sent it long. Swans back there in numbers. Here's heads. Hillier lost it. Heads, brilliant, strong tackle. And we'll get a ball up just outside 50.
Box Hill looking to bounce back next week against the Western Bulldogs. Sydney will host Collingwood at Tramway. McLaughlin's been pretty good for Box Hill today. Went looking for the lock. She had a fair chance at it, but at the same time was pretty well pressured. We're going to see a ball up here. 3.5 left. This time Hillier the tackler. Ball given back to the umpire. We go again. Morfitt slapping it down and effectively as well. But then under some pressure was Vale. Ball ended up in Steen's hands. And they do work it out. Morfitt in the end will be the one to dump back out of deep 50. Sent the kick toward the outer side and finds Cooper.
Cooper loops a handball over the top. Here's Shepherd. Shepherd gets it going by a boot. Finds Beraldson, who's played brilliant today, has Beraldson. Beraldson has to play on. Got caught in the tackle. Got the possession away. It's going to stay in here, though. Foot race on the outer side. Picked up nicely. Back to Shepherd. They move it forward. Ham put it in the corridor. Foot race out here. Hamilton couldn't quite get there, but then applying the tackle, Hamilton. Umpire will come in and elect to ball it up. Ball thrown up in the air. Davies in the ruck. Cleared away nicely by Pascarin. Sydney press. Morfitt sends it long. Beraldson picked it up cleanly but was tackled. Ball spilt out. Umpire signals play on. Free kick now to Box Hill.
Embleton with the ball here for the Hawks. Happy to go short to Bradley. It turns over though, and the Swans getting another look at goal. It's going to bounce out the back here. They need a hand pass option. Steen ends it up with Beraldson. Goes around the corner. McLaughlin, who's been pretty good today for Box Hill. As we creep into the final minute of the game, Morfitt gets it back for Sydney. Might think about a shot from this sort of range instead. Ball went to the pocket. It spills out of play. Non-controlling umpire saw a free kick in among all of that, Todd, and it's going to be a Box Hill free kick on the last line of defence.
So Box Hill set to bring it in here. Time ticking away. 40 seconds left in this clash. Been pure dominance by the Swans. That one comes out, and a great mark taken by Locke. Locke will go back and take time here. Locke sends it further afield, and another good mark. Box Hill stringing together some really strong possessions here. No short with a hand pass, then the kick further afield. Swans have all numbers back. Great tackle, but ball still alive. Now inside 50. Thorne on the siren. Thorne unloads. Oh, it bounces on the line. Is it going to trickle over? Yes, it does. No. Umpire will wave it away as that kick was after the siren. So it's your Sydney Swans. They win the game by 63 points, 12-10, 82.